What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, I want to cover all of the new coaching abilities, play sheets, and things in more depth than what I did in my previous video when I did just a quick one about all of the changes. Now I want to start deep diving some certain things, and we're going to start off with the coaching abilities so that you guys know what you're getting into when you start a franchise this year. So I went ahead and I made a brand new coach because most of you are probably going to want to make your own coach. Who knows? Maybe you'll want to start with an NFL coach, but if you start fresh, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to look like level 1 coach. You'll probably you're going to get a few abilities just by default based off of the choice you make when it's offensive guru, defensive guru, so on and so forth. So I chose offensive guru for this one. And what I get right out of the rip is these 4 abilities, which is Blitz Buster, Dr. Dots, Outside the Club, and Trench Barons. When you're looking at this, you'll see the ones you have here for offensive, right? But if you go down, there are a ton that you can unlock. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the ones that you can unlock, show you what they do. I probably won't explain them all in grave detail because that would probably take 2 hours, but you'll get a good idea of what you can unlock and what are some good ones you might want to aim for yourself when you start a franchise. Blitz Buster, increased success chance against pass rush moves for interior offensive linemen on blitz plays. And then as you get better into the locked tiers, you'll see down there, it is increased success chance against pass rush moves for tackles. Then you also get chance to identify blitzers. And then eventually you can actually identify blitzers pre-snap without having to do anything. So there are a ton of abilities here, and I could go through these with you guys. It's going to take about an hour. We're not going to do that. Okay. We're just going to get to the point. What you're going to find is offensive ability, defensive ability, scouting. So I think it's labeled scouting. Oh no, scout ability. And then you'll have ones that are player development ability. And those are the 4 that you can unlock with your coach. You also have different ones you can unlock for your trainer for your health management. But we're just gonna go through them all and I'll show you guys what they are. So Angry Runner, Trimmed Edges, and feel free to pause throughout this video if you want to read exactly what one of these locked tiers are. Just know that as you upgrade it from bronze to silver to gold to the blue, which I'm assuming is probably platinum or something, or epic, if you will, whatever, that it gives you better abilities within that ability. So you just sort of upgrade your abilities within that. So it's always good to upgrade them. Trimmed Edges, Insider Trading, Big Back, Ahead of the Chains, Interior Dominating, Field General, People Movers, Talent Evaluator, so there's one of the scout abilities, Read Blocktian, okay, Play Fake Magician, Cool Under Pressure, Camp Counselor, After School Tutor, one of my favorite ones right here, After School Tutor. This one's a really good one to have. 10% increase to training XP for all players. So anytime you're doing training, you get a 10% boost to your XP. That's huge. Fit Finder, Dashing Dots, Happier Feet, Workhorse, Eagle Eye, Tight End Tracker, Inside Scoop, Riot Shield, Move the Chains, Stamina Stealer, Receiver Radar, Scouts Honor, another goated one. I love, this is my favorite one, even above the After School Tutor. This one I love. Lets you hire 5 tier 3 scouts for your drafting. So you can unlock so much about the draft prospects this year if you have this on. It's awesome. Practition for wide receiver, tight end, Practition for offensive line, Stud Finder, and then there was one more up here, which was Practition for quarterback. So the difference in these blocks here, I just read off all the upcoming ones. This just means that at some point along your progression of coaching, you're going to unlock this particular trait. So it says here unlocks at level 50. You can see up in the corner, way up there, that we are actually like way up there. Yeah. Oh, anyway, we're level 1. So as you go through the weeks, as you have good things happen, right? If you hit your goals and all this stuff, you're going to get points and increase your coach. And your coach will go level 2, level 3, level 4, yada, yada, all the way up to max, which is level 50. And once you hit level 50, all of these will automatically unlock. So if you don't really need any of these right now, you can wait, save your staff points, which I'll explain in a little bit here, and you don't have to purchase anything. And then down here are ones that if you want them, you have to purchase them. They're not going to just unlock on their own. So these have to be purchased. And what I mean by purchased is, remember the franchise points from last year with the talent tree where you could upgrade your offensive and defensive coordinator? Well, it's the same exact thing. It's earned the same way, but now it's used here instead of like it was in the past with the trees and stuff. So when you earn them, you can spend them here. You can see down here like aerial suppression. If I want to buy it, I can purchase it for 40. I don't have anything right now because I don't have any points, but I'll show you what it looks like when you're maxed out with a coach towards the end of the video, and then I'll show you how it's easy to buy something. So you play the games, you set your goals, you meet those goals, and then of course you can upgrade these abilities and add them to your repertoire. I wanted to show you guys how the weekly training works and how it coincides. So I simmed a week, and then I figured I'll show you this as well. So every time you sim, you're gonna get this screen right before you get into the next week, and it's gonna tell you what happened. So coach goal progression, I can see I gained over 100 yards, so I get 25 XP. Throw 0 interceptions, that's 20 XP. Get 2 sacks, 25 XP. So I got a total of 150 XP throughout that week that'll go towards my leveling process. I did not unlock anything here. So if you hit certain criteria within the play call sheets, which again we'll see very shortly, you can unlock them here and even upgrade them. So as you're unlocking things, you're going to want to use them in your weekly loadout. So now when you go to weekly strategy, instead of going to just, you know, picking your type of run defense and pass defense, whatever it is, and then going to practice, you're going to have this screen pop up, and this has your abilities. You can only have however many you have unlocked. So right now, since we're a level 1 coach, we only have 3 ability slots, which means even though we have 4 unlocked, we can only use 3 of them until we get to level 7, 16, 31 to unlock all 6. These will change from week to week. So you see how it says under Stamina Stealer, there's a 1-week duration. That means that it could be in your loadout next week, but it also could be taken out of your loadout next week, depending on what the ability is. And what it means is if it has more than 1 week duration, once you put it in to your loadout, it's there for that duration unless you change it. So if you click here, I clicked X there, it will take you into what you have available to you. And if you want to change them, you just go hover over the one you don't want. So let's say we don't want outside the club. I'm going to click on it so it is no longer selected, and then we're going to click on Happier Feet. And now that one is in my loadout. And now when you look at some of these other ones though, let's go down here. Okay, we don't have any that are more than 1 week duration. So essentially, like if you have one that's 5 weeks, once you load it, it'll stay there for those 5 weeks, but then it's taken out and you have to essentially put it back in. So you want to keep that in mind when you are deciding on what you want to do, because some of them might not stay there forever. And that can be a problem sometimes when you're doing things like using the one for the after school tutor that lets you unlock the 6 focus players in your practicing. So it'll reset. So you have like a week where you will not have 6, you'll only have 3, right? And then you can just load it again that week, and then the next week it'll be back. So outside of the abilities, you also have play sheets. Now play sheets are different types of packages of plays that you can use throughout the week. It gives you better statistics while you're playing. So right here, the heavy eye play sheet, we don't have any unlocked for the active tier because it's just bronze, but once we get to silver, you can see that we get +5 to all run blocking attributes for the offensive line on play sheets. So if we call a play from the play sheet, it will give all of our offensive linemen +5 run blocking attributes. And it just goes all the way down the list. You can also add it for fullbacks and tight ends, and then eventually carry and break tackle for all running backs. And then the same thing, if you want to change which one you have, you can go in here. I can uncheck the heavy eye play sheet, and let's say I want to do red zone passing play sheet. We're going to put that one in our loadout. And as you can see up at the top there, you can also unlock 4 per week. You're going to start with 1, but eventually, once you get to level 40, you'll be able to use a full 4 for the loadouts every single week and hopefully have a really big advantage for you. That also plays down into the trainer abilities. So the trainer abilities are there to help protect your players from getting injured, help them come back faster, help them avoid getting fatigued as much. You can upgrade these as well for your trainer to like see the ongoing recovery. Recover 3% more wear and tear every week, recover 5% more wear and tear since we're in silver, and all the way down to 15% wear and tear every single week to help keep guys in the game. So this is very important. You want to make sure that you go through this, especially if you're playing the way I play, which you guys know is CPU versus CPU. I can't attest to it for player for a CPU. I do think the play sheets will come in handy quite well. And some of the abilities, if you do offensive or defensive ones, can really give you an edge in the game that you're playing. However, I almost feel like it would be great to be able to load up on abilities from like scouting and draft and player development, so that way I can grow my team even more. That's how I personally view myself using this eventually. I probably won't use as many of the other ones that are available to me, but that's just my opinion. And then in order to get to where I was at the beginning of the video, I guess I should tell you this. It's under Coach Central. So if you click on this, it'll take you right to that screen that we were on initially. And then also you'll see this approval breakdown. Every time you play a game or do anything, you are going to get some movement here. Sometimes it doesn't, right, if things are just going the way it should, but you can see recent activity. We lost 2% with fans because we committed more than 8 penalties. We lost 2% with the media because we lost the game. Same with our GM. We also gained 2% with the media for no rushing touchdowns, so our media stayed the same, but we did lose 2% with fans and with the GM, which is why you see 48-50, 48-50. So you want to keep an eye on this, because if something bad happens here, you can find yourself getting fired if you have that, of course, turned on in the settings. But anyway, back into the abilities. So you have the abilities here. We went over this, how you can unlock them, what you can do with them. And then we have the play sheets, which again, you can also unlock. So if I want to go down here and I want to decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy pitch perfect play sheet. I just got to have at least 20 franchise points and I can do that. So you got to decide what you're going to spend your money on. And then down here, you can also do the same thing for your coordinator. So I have 211 now. I'm not sure how I got 211. I think because I had the pre-order bonus on, forgot that I couldn't, and then I simmed that I switched teams or something. I don't know. But anyway, I have 211 now. So like if I decided that I want the heavy sets play sheet for Gary Richard here, I can go ahead and I can unlock it, right? And now what I can do is I can go to his abilities play sheet here. And once we get to the game plan, I'll have that one available to me to use if I so choose. So now that I have this, let's show you how I can do this. So let's say I'm deciding that I really want to have, where's my favorite one? Scouts Honor. So this one's 60. They know it's good. They're all at 40 except for Scouts Honor, which is 60. So that one's going to cost you money, but I'll go ahead and unlock it. And then I'm going to upgrade it right away. And hell, I'll upgrade it again. Why not? Oh, I can even do it again. So now I just went from not having it available to now having the best tier available for Scouts Honor, which means if I want to, I can hire 5 tier 3 scouts for my coaching. Now, the one trick to this particular ability, and I talked about this in another video, but since we're talking about them here again, I should probably mention it. You have to make sure that this ability is active in your loadout the week prior to week 1. Okay, so when I put this in, I'll show you. We're gonna go back here. I'm gonna go to weekly strategy, and I am going to change this, and we're going to put Scouts Honor as one of my abilities. Like, you add it to your loadout in week 1, you will not have the ability to add a scout more than 1 tier 3 scout. So it essentially has to be in the loadout when the roll happens for the game to recognize it. So if I want Scouts Honor for this season, I have to have it in my loadout by the end of preseason before I sim to week 1, and that is when I hire scouts. It will stay there for the season. It can't be taken away, obviously, once you have it in place. So, you know, just make sure you do that, right? And then you should be fine. Go back to Coach Central here. But that's one of the few that has that issue. Most of them, once you add it in, you should be fine. But Scouts Honor, some of the development ones, like your after-school tutor where it unlocks the extra focus players, that one also has to be put in the week prior for it to take effect. So if I had the after-school tutor one and I added it to my loadout like I did the Scouts Honor, I wouldn't get the 6 this week because it already happened. It has to roll with the ability added, and then the game's like, oh, you have this ability, let's unlock those other 3 players. And that's how it works with some of these that are not just game, you know, type of abilities. So keep that in mind when you are setting this stuff up. And if you see that like, oh, I can't have it, that's probably why you just didn't put it in time before the roll. So yeah, but anyway, abilities, play sheets, you can unlock all of this stuff, and it can really help out quite a bit. And then here is your goals, so you can sort of see what will happen and what you will get by meeting these goals. So if we get 17 wins in a season, we get 20 points. I'm not sure how that's that good, but you guys catch my drift, right? You're gonna have plenty of things where you can earn stuff. There's more things that you earn, like you earn these franchise points weekly with other things. It's not just these goals. You have milestones, you have in-game, and you have narrative goals. So when you have like these breakout scenarios or different things pop up, it might give you a goal to hit, and if you hit it, you'll get franchise points as well. So we have now covered the coaching abilities, the coaching play sheets, and the goals. I think that's about it. So what you want to do is just go ahead, earn those points, man. Earn those points, spend them, get the best stuff that you want for your team, And then you will have a decked out coaching staff, sort of like this. Here's mine. And some of this stuff changed, so let me actually put it back to where I had it. So I've been playing this with some buddies of mine. We've been playing a franchise, and I've been having some fun, right? I've been having some fun just messing around with the game a little bit. And which one do I want to add? After school tutor. So this is what my loadout looked before last week, but you'll see here how some of them have like after school tutor and practitioner. So the player development ones have a 5-week duration. The scouting ones have a 26-week duration. But I have some golds in my play sheets. Oh, actually I have some even better than that. Let's go here. Let nickel mug play sheet. I think that's fine. But I have so much stuff unlocked here, and my quarterback or my coach is decked out, and this is what yours can look like. I'm up to a level 34, so I haven't even had to get to level 50, and I already have so much stuff unlocked. The only thing I don't have is the 4th play sheet, which I will have at level 40. So that's the only thing I don't have right now. I have gold on my trainer. I don't know why this keeps switching this out, but I had game shield in right there. Okay, good. So yeah, you can really make your coach look really good. Like, look at all these blues. Blitz Buster, so I can identify the blitzers pre-snap. Riot Shield, so +4 pass blocking for all offensive linemen, +4 for finesse, power, and awareness. Big back, we have significant reduced fumble odds from hit sticks, inside stuff, after school tutor, practitioner. I didn't get Scout's Honor in this one because this was just sort of a mess around league. We're going to be starting a new one here soon, so I'll take that one a little bit more seriously. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And then as you can see over on the far right of the screen, you have these ability boosts. And again, I went over this stuff in a previous video, but I didn't touch on this particular area. I don't think the best, so I'm just sort of going over it again in more detail. So you can see that I have +5 boost on offense, +1 for pass offense, +1 for run offense, and +1 for run defense. So anytime you add these abilities to your loadout, which is what this screen is, you will get boosts throughout the game, and it'll tell you like, hey, you're actually now, because of that, we're a better matchup for their pass defense because we got +5 where we would have been 79. We're now in 84. I just literally pointed right at the screen. I have got to stop doing that. You guys cannot see what I'm pointing at. That's insane. Anyway, pass offense versus pass defense, the top one that's got the +5 on it. If you look there, we should be a 79, but we are an 84 because of the boost that I'm getting. So now that went from a disadvantage to an advantage against a very, very good team. So you can see how this can really have a positive effect on your game. But that is all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be trying to come out with some more videos like this as I go through the process to help you guys understand the game better. Let me know down below if there's anything that you feel is not being covered properly. I will go ahead and deep dive it if I haven't already, and I can put out a video for you guys. Updates before you guys leave. Don't leave yet. Half of you already did as soon as you saw me switch the camera, I bet. But anyway, for those of you who stayed, sliders are being worked on this weekend, okay? There was a big update that just came out today. I'm going to be working on some sliders. I should have some by hopefully next week. I've heard a lot of comments about 26 Team Builder. I have plans. I just have to find the timing to do it. And if I can do that many teams again, or if I want to do something different, or maybe I take requests, maybe I do reimagine NFL teams, whatever it is. But I do have it on my docket. I just cannot promise it right now. And then of course the Jets franchise will be coming soon. I have another half video recorded. I have to record the game for that at some point, but that one has been fun. I'm starting to have a little bit of fun with that one too. I was a little hesitant at first, but starting to feel it a little bit. So yeah, that's my update. So I hope you guys stick around to find out. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, turn on that bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.